on the original scene. Yep, new video started. Every time. Well, it says a new video. I guess I'll just part 2 it. I can always tell when that's just about to happen. I feel that intensity level. Still posting it. Anyway, so yeah. Oh my God, hang on. Let me, There you go. I feel better. Sorry, I'm in the middle of a YouTube video. You're fucking it up, dog. I don't mean it personally. Anyway, so yeah, fuck. Before the dog fucked up my Libra moon energy. I woke up in jail. Oh, that's right. They put me in a holding cell in Amsterdam. They wanted me to get $300. I didn't fucking budge. I laughed. They looked me in the eye and they're like, well, what are you going to do? You're in another country with no money here for 40 days. And I'm sitting here like, sounds like you're fucked. Sounds like I'm going to sit here with a free meal every day in this holding cell for 6 months to a year. And eventually you're going to kick me out. And they like sat there and were like, this kid's bluffing. And I said, well, I already walked to my death on a mountain in the cold, so I really don't care. And I mean, I never once looked at these officers negatively or aggressively, but when it came fucking down to it, at the end of the day, none of these cops were there at the airport. None, the 3 military police and the other cops that were there at the airport aren't here no more. These are just the cops here to make the money. And they ain't taking none of my money. I already told my mom when she got me out of California, that time I got stuck out there and paid me for my ride back, which I paid back with my tax money that was sitting there the whole time. I did have my money at her house in her face, thousands of dollars, but she still helped my ass out. That I wasn't ever gonna hit my mom up and beg for money. Thank you, fucking Lisa, fell. So yeah, when they're sitting there looking at me like, well, how are we gonna get this paid? At this point, they were like kind of coming at me a little aggressively, and I was smiling and laughing the whole time. I basically manifested a scenario where when I'm on an airport and I got 14 cops looking at me, most of you would probably all be like, oh no, look how bad it is. I sat there and laughed because I got 14 people manifesting whatever the fuck I want. See? I got 14 motherfuckers all speaking in Dutch and English, all focused on who? Me. What am I doing? Feeling good, thinking about how this is all gonna benefit me. And like, they're sitting out here going, caring, but not that much. They don't care if I go to prison for 10 years or I get away scot-free. They don't give a fuck. But they are there, and they got the intensity, they got the energy. They were getting ready to shoot some niggas. You know, so that was all there, present at that moment. So when I see 14 cops in a situation like that, that's how I play it out in my mind. And not even that aggressive. But when I'm sitting there in that holding cell and they're asking me to give up my money, I was like, well, first off, these aren't the same cops. So I don't really need to be nice to you. If the universe wanted me to be nice to you, you would have been there on that like moment when I was on the airport field. So I looked him in the eye and said, yeah, I've walked to my death already. I don't really care. Like if, you know, you're right. I got no money. I got no way. I'm in another country. I have no money. It looks like I'm fucked, you know, but I don't feel that way at all. And when the guy kept kind of pressing me, kind of like he didn't believe me, I had to put it out there bluntly with honesty, where he picked up on it, where he said, oh, this kid's fucking, unless we beat the shit out of him, there's nothing we're going to be able to do. Yeah, that's the energy he found out. And then within like 2 hours, they not only released me from the holding cell, they fucking personally escort me to the very airport that I hopped the fence over. They personally escort me to the very airport I fooled and hopped out of instead of going to Scotland and stayed in Amsterdam. And then later hopped over the airport fence and laid down underneath an airplane. They personally escorted me. And I didn't feel like some thug with cops. I literally walked in with 2 armed officers, and I don't give a fuck normally, but I mean, seriously, the feeling of the setting, the stage was set to where people are like, whoa, important person, high-ranking official. Like, that's the energy. Listen, I don't care how you want to say it, but like, if you were there, you were in my shoes, there was only one feeling: you were king. And I watched these people, I puppeteered them in a fucked up way. I'm friends with them, but I mean, I puppeteered them to personally escort me there to the airport. I get to the airport. When I get to the airport, they assign me a fucking they don't work there. He's a person who's kind of like a person that helps you out with, can't remember that fucking word. I can't remember that word. Homing agent. Whatever they call it. Anyway, social worker. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. He's like a social worker. So they hire me as social worker. This social worker looks me dead in the eye, and he's like, I don't really know what happened. I know some things. He knows that I hopped over this airport fence. And he's sitting there trying to figure out a way to how I'm possibly, because out of everything he sees and done this like hundreds of fucking times, there's no way in hell I'm getting a plane ticket. He's like, how much you got? And I go, I had a couple dollar bills in my wallet that had awesome serial numbers like 888-432-88888. You know, I ain't giving away those. So I was like, nothing. He's like, I got like $5 and change, $10. Like I said, I think I still had $10 for a meal. I think I still had $10 for me after all said and done. Or something like that. Very little, very little. Not enough for the cops to take, and that's what they would have done if I didn't buy that makeup. They would have took all $180 of that shit. Yes, they would have. That's why it's so funny. I got out of there without having to pay shit. Basically, they said if you ever come back, I'm going to owe them money. So cool, if I ever come back to fucking Amsterdam, I have an extra $300 to throw your way when I'm rich as shit and don't even care. And also, the reason why that's funny too, it was my court date was 2 days after I already leave on an airplane, which I bought tickets for to stay out there for 50 whole days. So like, you're like, well, why did you have to do that part, by the way? Well, if I didn't buy a plane ticket that made me wait there for 50 whole days, I wouldn't have had the luxury of laughing later on through the whole story, like I just said, of looking at a piece of paper and going, wow, the reason why they're releasing me is because technically speaking, my airplane leaves 2 days. That's the earliest they could get. And if I would have bought my ticket any time earlier, it wouldn't have been as magical of a moment to look at and go, wow, look how accurate my manifestation is. Like, that's the point of it. Anyway, yeah, this video turns out long. Sorry, I still cut it. I still cut it like crazy. Believe. Yeah, I am a Libra. I can't shut the fuck up when I want. I know, it's horrible. I'm horrible. Anyway, so yeah, he says there's no fucking chance in hell that I'm possibly going to be able to get on this plane. It's almost like a joke. In my mind, it's a joke because it's already decided. Like, you're talking to like this triple Taurus stellium, last life triple Scorpio stellium, last life triple Leo stellium. I'm every stellium and fixed zodiac sign. I got all three of each one of them. I'm the most fixed person you can be and meet. And I'm living the life with the most fixed signs now. And it's like, in my mind, it's like I'm walking with this dude to go, like, I basically was like, you're in charge, but you're not in charge. Just hurry up. I got to go talk to people upstairs. It's time. I know. And he's all like, and I was like, no, hey, chill, breathe. Let's go. And he like goes. Like, I'm commanding this dude twice my age who's like supposed to be helping me out. And we start walking up there and he starts saying something like, maybe we can convince them that you freaked out because you want to go home and see your mom. So you hopped over the airport fence scared and tried to let, I don't know how else to, like, that's literally what this dude said out of his mouth to convince this guy that that's how we're going to get home. And we're still walking towards the guy. We haven't met him yet. He's just explaining out loud what he thinks we should say. And of course, my first thought is, I need to eliminate you because I'm a dark son of a bitch. That really was my first thought. I'm a dark son of a bitch. I come from a dark realm. I already know it's true. I mean, I'm doing great in this life. I'm doing better. But I mean, like, my first instinct is like, my first thought literally was, I need to eliminate you. And then I thought, oh, Dyer, calm down, chill the fuck out. That was my first thought, though, was like, I need to eliminate you. Your anxiety and low level belief and cry for mommy response was very, very not good. So we get up there. I basically told him to shut the fuck up. Not like that, but I put out the spell, which was me being nice and real as fuck. But I mean, it just plays out to where my spell cast works, which is shut the fuck up about all that. He doesn't know any of that. All he knows is he's trying to reassign me a plane ticket. So he doesn't really need to know I hopped over the airport fence or anything. So he sits there and shuts the fuck up. I got him to shut the fuck up and watch as this dude clickety clicks, click clicks, my computer clicks, clicks. And we got you a ticket tomorrow out of here. The dude next to me was like, what? Like, it was so magical. The dude next to me, eyes lit up, was like, did you just get a a free plane ticket. You like, there's that Dr. Pepper truck in the middle of nowhere again. Dr. Pepper. Yeah, magic. I get a free fucking plane ticket home, which is all expected. Duh. This is what happens. Your level of belief ain't here yet, but you'll get there. You know, I mean, for me, when I saw everything else playing out just fine, it's like makes it more obvious that it's gonna keep doing that, you know. So I didn't try to boast about it until I got on all 3 airplanes and made it actually to my house, but I did. Made it all the way home. Got to sneeze. Woo! A lot better. Anyway, 37. Yeah, the guy couldn't believe it. I even offered him a meal. The girl that was there near the dude who sold me all that makeup flirted with me while he walked by, which wasn't like I gave a fuck in that sense, but it really amped up the image that I was being given of like being royalty. I earned my fucking crown. That's all you really need to know. If I ever bring it up again, that's my story. How I earned my crown. I earned my crown. Every day now when I walk down the street, I see references to kings. I see crown emblems on things. Everything tells me you're fucking awesome. I mean, it's just crowns, crown king. You're the king. You're the fucking monarch, king of the monarch. All that shit. It's awesome. I'm gonna end my video. I love you all. I'm gonna keep posting more. I can't tell you everything though. I realize that now. It has nothing to do with fear of what's good repercussions. It's just at this level. No one's gonna believe me. I know. Maybe one day later on, I'll reveal some of them. Like, you think that shit I just said would be something you wouldn't believe? That shit's actually the believable part. So funny. But yeah, I made it all the way home without a scratch. Had enough money to eat a meal between. I think that's what it was. And got free food on the plane. And all works out. I love y'all. Keep rocking it.